Okay, I'm going to make this video for you. I repaired your monitor board, but when I was testing your board and my test jig, I blew one of the transistors out of there, which was caused by your board being faulty. So I'm going to have to replace the transistor, and I got a feeling your transistor, maybe more of them, are bad too, so you're going to have to know how to replace these when you get this thing back, otherwise it's not going to work for you either. So before you plug anything in, pull your monitor out of your game, and the way you pull that out of there, I'm guessing you got the 19-inch upright game. You got to do it from the front. You got to remove your bezel. The glass part is it's plastic. Remove the bezel and the shroud, pull all that out of there, and then pull your monitor from the front out. After you unscrew this 4 screws holding the sides down, and once you loosen that up, it'll slide right out. And once you get it out, turn it upside down. Make sure you have some kind of padding, towel or something, so you don't scratch the screen, the tube itself. So once you got these out, there's going to be 4 transistors on the bottom. Now the 19-inch, I think they're orientated a little different location, but they're all basically the same thing. There's one underneath the cage right here, and this one you might have trouble getting in there if you've never done it before. You might want to start with these other ones first to get the idea of how they work, and do this one last. You might be able to get it. If not, you have to loosen these screws up and just slide this up, and then you should be able to get to it. So anyway, so once you got that, and there's numbers on here. Actually the part number is 2N3716 and 2N3792. It's 2 different ones, so a total of 4. But what I do, I write them on here so I know which one goes where. You want to make sure you get these transistors in the right location again. So look at the part number on the current one in there. Just write a 16 or a 92 on there. Same thing here, so you know which one goes where before you pull these out of here. And so I know this one is bad, so I'm going to pull this one out here. I measured it, but in your case, you probably got the original ones on here, so you probably want to replace all of them. So this is this particular one has Phillips screws. Yours might have a nut screw in there, which is a 1/8 nut driver. Otherwise, Phillips obviously is just a Phillips screw. So then once you loosen the screws up, this pulls right out of there. It's got two pins that hold it in there, and there's also an insulation, a little plastic sleeve that slides over the transistor that insulates it from metal touching metal. So you want to make sure you have this on there and you leave it on there. It doesn't stay with the transistor when you toss it out, so you make sure you put this on there. And these only go on one way. These pins are offset, so if you put this on the wrong way, you can see it doesn't line up. So once you line it up, then you know you got it on the right way. So anyway, so I'm gonna replace this one with a new one, and this is a 92. Just make sure you look at the transistor, make sure you got the right one there. This is 92. Line my pins up, and again, this only goes on one way. If you put it on the wrong way, the holes won't line up, so then you know you got it the wrong location. So I'm going to hold this socket back here. Let me show you the socket, what this looks like. It's basically just a little socket, and these holes obviously go in there, line up, and you push them in, and then once you push them in, then you screw it all together. So easiest way to do it is look through the bottom, get it all lined up, get those holes lined up, and push it in. Once it's in there tight, take your screws and snug them up. Don't over tighten them. You're going to strip that socket out. Just snug them up. Okay, so once you get that one done, then you just kind of move through the other ones and get all the other ones done. And I would recommend only doing one at a time. Pull one out, put it in, take one out, put it in. Don't take them all out and try to do it, because these sockets might get mixed up. So just do one at a time. And again, mark these before you pull them out so you know which ones they go. and you know, your safe bet is to replace them all. That way you're set. You don't have to worry about it anymore in the future, at least for a while. And that's it. So hopefully that'll do it for you. And if you've got any more questions, problems, give me a call.